just fit with bumps. So I'll have to tell Ruth that any maternity clothes get large. So let's start with our marching on the spot then for me. So if you're sitting on the chair, just moving those legs up and down. If you're standing, you're marching with me on the spot. So this is our sort of, like I said, our warm-up before we get into the main exercise of the class. So just take this nice and easy. You do whatever you need to do. And then if you can, we're going to stay marching, but I'm going to bring in the shoulders. We're going to roll the shoulders back. So we are doing two things at the same time, which is probably going to be a struggle for some. Some might find it easy. If this is too hard, stop the legs and just focus on rolling those shoulders back. All right, so take it as you will. Take the legs out if you need to. And then change, we're going to roll the shoulders forward, still keeping those legs going if you can. Again, if you don't want to, stop the legs and just focus on those shoulders. And as I said in my Monday class, if you struggle with those shoulder rolls, then just shrug the elbows, the shoulders up and down. All right, it'll work the same. All right, everyone stop marching the legs. We're taking the arms back, so nice big circles. So we can all give those legs a rest. I want to warm up those arms because my regulars will know we clearly have an arm sequence in our exercise. And change, let's circle those arms forwards for me. So nice big circles. Remember, we're not holding that breath. You might want to start to change your breathing so you can breathe in through the nose and you're breathing out through the mouth. Perfect. Last one. But take it into some heel pumps for me. So the heels are moving up and down, but the toes are staying on the floor. So it's a nice quick movement. If I turn to the side, you can see it's nice and quick. And it's a really good one to get the heart rate going. You're going to get that breath going. You're going to get that blood pumping. If you're sitting on the chair, just move those heels up and down for me as quick as you can, and you will still get that cardio hit, even though you're sitting on the chair. So again, as I always say, you can't get out of it, I'm afraid. Perfect. From here, just take the legs out so they're hip width apart. Hold on to a chair if you need to for balance. We're going to open up the gate. So you're going to bring the foot up at a right angle, open it to the side and close. So you're like you're opening a gate. So this is your hard option here. The knee comes quite high, opening and close. To make it easier, you can change the height of the knee. So keep that knee low. It will still do the same thing, but it'll be less strain on the hip. To make it even easier, keep the foot on the floor and just twist the knee in and out. And you'll still be working that hip joint. All right, so there's your three options there. If you're on a chair, you can still do this. With everything, we need to reverse. So now we're going to open the gate first, then close it, pop it down. So bring it out to the side, in and down. Out, in, down. And remember, the higher the knee, the harder it's going to be. Last one on this leg, and then I want you to change legs. So open that gate first. Perfect. So open it up. Remember, keeping that knee low if you need to. Hold on to something. Perfect. Last one, and reverse for me. So open it, close it, down. Open, close, down. Open, close, down. You've got it. We've got snow here now, Anne. I think you've sent it our way. Perfect. Last one for me. Put those legs down. We're going to go into our twist. So our legs were hip width. Just bring them out a little bit wider. Hands up to the chest, palms are facing down, and you're twisting the torso round. So you're using that elbow to bring you round. You're looking over your back shoulder. The hips are staying still. So your hip bones need to be facing the screen at all times. This is just your torso that's moving from side to side. Now don't get too dizzy. So this one, take it nice and slow. It's a really nice one to get that back warmed up. Get that back nice and stretched. Lovely. Now one more each side. We're going to go into our hand to knee. So you're going to bring up that knee and the opposite hand is going to touch the knee. Right, so working a little bit of our opposites. So it's opposite hand to opposite knee. So again here, the higher the knee, the harder this is going to be. Right, so to make it easier, you drop the knee. You just do little steps. Make it even easier. You can keep the feet on the floor, and it's just the hand that goes knee to knee. Okay, so you can just switch it here. So that's your easy option, and then you've got your hard option. Really getting those knees nice and high for me. Perfect. And our last little warm-up exercise, we're going to do toe touches. So my regulars that have done this before, by all means, you can get going on your toe touches. Those who haven't done it before, legs nice and wide. So the purpose of these legs is when you reach, you're going to bend the knee over toe and then the hamstring's going to stretch. So you're working, your hand is coming down to the opposite side and you're trying to get to your toe. Depends on flexibility, you're going to go to your toe, to your shin, or to your knee. You then switch and you go the other side. So you keep switching between sides and you're targeting either that toe, the shin, or the knee. If you can't feel that stretch in the hamstring when that leg's straight, you need to get those legs a little bit wider. Perfect. Do one more on each side and then we just slowly come up through the spine. We make sure your head's last, moving upside down, bringing those legs. Right, that's the warm-up done. So, your first thing we're going to do is we're going to do an arm sequence, all right? So this is purely working our arms and our shoulders. First thing I want you to do, everyone arms out to the side for me, and you should see your fingertips in your peripheral vision. If you can't, bring the arms in a little bit, because what I don't want you to do, I don't want this. Okay, that's your hyperextended, you're going to hurt yourself, you're going to hurt your back. Bring it in so you can straighten off that back. To make this harder, you're going to flex those wrists. Okay, that's going to make it harder, make it easier, you're going to keep them straight. The first thing we're going to do is we cross them in front and open. So in front, open. So we're going to try and keep our arms at shoulder height at all times. If you need to make it easier and it gets too much, you drop the arms and you work at a lower level. All right, and that will just take off that strain on those shoulders. But hopefully summer's coming up and we might be able to go on holiday. So let's get rid of those bingo wings. Let's get those arms up. All right, we're going to change the pattern. So you're going to go out, in. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going in, out, up, down. So it crosses in front, open, up, out. In front, open, up, and out. Lovely. Sorry, that was baby brain kicking in there. One more. Now, same pattern, but one arm only. So get the other one out straight for me. The other arm does that same pattern. So in front, open, up, out. In front, open, up, out. One more. Change arms. In front, open, up, out. In front, open, up, out. In front, open, up, out. Last one. We're not finished. Hold the arms and pulse. Small pulses. Sorry, when you think it's nearly done, it's not. Small pulses. Lovely. Make them slightly bigger. Bit bigger. So you're getting that pulse a little bit bigger. So you're going to feel it. It's going to hurt. A bit bigger. Come on. Lovely. And then all the way above the head and lower. Awesome. Oh, I love that noise. Thanks, Ken. Roll those shoulders back. I know it's worked. All right, from here, we're going to go into leg curls. So I'll turn to the side so you can see. So you're reaching your ankle is going to come up towards your glute. Okay, so that's the whole point of this. It's going to work the hips, we're going to work both sides, we're working the bottom half of the body. So remember, that heel up to glute. If you're on a chair, you can either kick the legs so it goes underneath the chair. If you haven't got a chair that you can kick underneath, then you kick in front of you instead. All right, so you can still do this, but you're just reversing that kick so that it goes in front. All right, we're going to bring in some bicep curls with this. So you need to pin in those elbows to the side of the body. Every time the leg comes up, you're going to bring those arms up too. So it's a bend at the elbow, clenching the fists for me. If you want to make this harder, of course, you can hold some weights and you can work those arms with the weights. If you want to keep it at the easy level, drop the arms and just continue doing the legs. All right, so there's a few different sort of variations you can do. Perfect. All right, everyone have a break. Just walk through the heels just to release any tension. We're going to do the same thing again, working opposites. So when you move your leg on the opposite arm to reach up, and then you're going to change. All right, so join in when you can. We are working the opposite arm with the opposite leg if you can. All right, so it's going to be a little bit confusing for some. It might just take some time just to sink in. Don't worry, it will. The moment it's sinking in, I'm going to ask you to change. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the same arm with the same leg. All right, so 3, 2, 1, same arm, same leg. If you need to stop, have a moment, think about it, and then come in, by all means do. But it's same arm, same leg. Again, make this easier. You can just do the arms or you can just do the legs. It's completely up to you. If you're on that chair, remember, you're either kicking underneath or you're kicking forward. Perfect. Last one, bring it down. Lovely. Right. This one isn't for everybody. So I will give you the easy option first. Those of you that know this, we're going to do kangaroo jumps, okay? So you need to think about, there is something on the floor next to you. The whole purpose of this is you're going to jump over it and land the other side, okay? So as you can see, this is your easy version here, all right? A simple side step is your easy version. Your medium version is you're going to do a wide step with a squat in the middle. That's your medium version. If you're doing the hard version, the lovely Ken was just demonstrating, but the hard version, you are jumping from side to side, okay? We're only going to do 6, so nothing too hard. Come on, I've got baby with me, I'm carrying extra weight. I mean, you all could be as well with Christmas, but we can get through it together. So, are you ready? 6 jumps, you either do the hard, medium or easy. 3, 2, 1, go. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, last one, 6. Oh, very good, I'm getting kicked. Right, from here, we're going to do leg swings. So this is where you might need your chair, because we're going to balance on one leg. So this is some of the, I think most of you have been on. If you've been on some Pilates class, you'll know this one. And we've also done it with the ballet class as well. So it's a nice one, but it's good for the core. So the first thing we do, if you're holding this the chair, you can either hold it so you face the side, or you can hold the chair with both hands so that you're facing the chair, all right? You might be restricted though if you're going to face the chair, because we are going to be swinging our leg backwards and forwards. If you're sitting down, again, you can still do this, but you might just be able to bridge the leg forwards if you can't kick underneath. So the first thing you want to do, you're working your outside leg. You're going to point that foot forward and back. Nice and easy, forward and back. We stay on the floor. Okay, so it's not off the floor yet. On the floor. So this is where we think about our technique. So to be able to do this exercise, you need to lift up in the body. And by lifting up, I mean we're not slouching, we've got good posture. We are engaging our core. So you think about bringing your belly button towards your spine. Okay, really squeeze it in, squeezing that core. The second stage of this now, lift up the leg, and it goes forward and back, but you do not put it on the floor. Your supporting leg, I would like you to have a little bend in it, just so that the knee isn't locked, all right? So if the knee's locked, you're going to be working a bit harder, and you might put a bit too much pressure on that knee. So keep it nice and soft. The last stage here, swing the leg. So let it go, swing it back. You might find that the knee has a slight bend in it as you swing. That is absolutely fine. Really swing it, opening up that hip. And your final stage here, you're going to bring the knee into your chest. So hold the knee, squeeze it up. You're going to push it back, and you're going to try and balance on one leg. If you are holding onto the chair, that is absolutely fine. If you're going to test yourself now, I want everyone to let go of the chair if you can for 5 seconds. Here you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back on the chair, lower the leg. If any tension is built up in the calves of the hips, you walk through those ankles. We're going to turn around, and we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So forward and back on the floor for me for now. Remember those techniques. So lift up in the spine, lift up in the body. That tummy, that belly button, suck it in towards the spine. I am trying to do it, believe it or not, but there's a human in the way. And then your second stage, lift that leg up. Point it forward, point it back, lift it up off the floor. Relax that supporting knee. Let it soften, do not lock it. And then for that third stage, swing the leg. So open up that hip as the leg swings back. Let the knee bend. Nice and soft. It's a nice free-flowing technique. Still engage that core. And then let's squeeze that knee in. So use the hand to the knee to help. Push the leg back. The torso is tight, slightly tilts forward. Get that leg up as far as you feel comfortable. If you're holding onto the chair, we're going to have that 5-second challenge. Are you ready? Let go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg. And again, walk it through. Nice and easy. Perfect. Right. You're pleased to know that we're doing a sprint. So, those of you who haven't done a sprint before, we'll do, let me think, what did we do last week? I can't remember. So, we do a 20-second sprint, we have a 5-second rest period, and then we do another 25-second sprint. Okay, so it is a lot. You do whatever you can do. If you, for whatever reason, need to stop the sprint, all I ask is you don't just stop. Okay, you either go into a heel pump or you march. Okay, the worst thing you can do is just to stop. Yeah, because that's really going to hit the heart, hit the muscles, and they're going to be like, what the hell's going on? So you just need to think about you either march or you heel pump. Okay, these guys have been doing the sprint for a long time now, so we've built up that stamina. You will as well once you get going. So we are all going to warm up for the sprint. So everybody march for me on the spot. Pardon? We'll do a 20-second, 5-second, 25. Sorry, my PA is doing the timing. PA husband. I'll let him off. He is busy working, so he can't join in today, but he might have to come in sometimes as I get bigger, because I said to him I can't do it all. All right, let's go into a nice heel pump then. So a little bit quicker. We just lift those heels off the floor, the toes are staying on. So this is your sort of movement to come back to if you need a break from that sprint, okay? So you either do this or you do the march. All right, let's take it into a light jog. So by light jog, I mean the toes are just brushing the floor. It's nothing too strenuous. That's to come. The arms are just relaxed by the side, but in the sprint, really drive those arms because it's going to help you, right? A sprint isn't just about legs. You need to have power in the arms as well. Okay, are you ready? First 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Sprint, sprint, sprint. So nice quick legs, nice quick arms. Pump it for me. Focus on something. What was that? 4, 3, 2, 1. Our rest period. Everyone comes to a heel pump. I was too busy talking to you and Sam was yelling at me at the time. It's 25 seconds next, yeah. So if you are not joining us for the next sprint, you stay doing this. At any point you need to bring it down, you come back to this. We are going again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sprint. 25 seconds, that is it. And then that's it, we're done-ish. Keep it going. 15 seconds left, we can do it. Keep those arms going, 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, everybody heel pump. Wow. Today, everybody heel pump for me. So the heart rate's obviously come higher. I'm going to slightly lower it, not to a resting heart rate, but just bring it down a little bit. And march. Sam's just yawning, sitting there, by the way, at his computer. He's rubbing it in a little bit today. Lovely. Okay, so the last exercise we're going to do is that floor one. So, grab the chair or mat. I forgot to get mine out. What I'll do, let me show. I'll show you the easy version first.
Hello.
So,
hi Michael, how are you?
With this floor one.
Can I ring you back in about half an hour?
Oh, Ken's popular. With this one. Now, when we use our legs on the floor, we're going to be using one leg at a time. We're going to be pulsing a leg, and we're going to be using legs and arms. So, when I'm using one leg, you obviously use your other leg. So there's going to be points when we'll be bringing my leg up and bringing my leg down. If you're on the chair, you bring your leg up and you bring your leg down. Simple, yeah? Easy adaptation there. There's then going to be a point where my leg is going to be at a right angle And all I want you to do on the chair, and it's going to pulse, all I want you to do on the chair is you bring your leg up at a right angle and you pulse that leg up and down. So by pulse, it doesn't go onto the floor, it hovers and there's a little pulse, okay? And then we're going to go into opposites. So when I'm working my opposites, you'll be doing the same. So your arm will come forward along with that opposite leg, you'll bring it down, and then you'll change. Okay, so it's the same thing, but you're on the chair. On the chair, I mean, we're not slouched and it's not like relaxed, all right? I want you off the back of the chair. The posture's nice and upright, you're engaging the core. Engage the core, pull that belly button back into the spine, okay? And you'll achieve results even if you're sitting down. If you're going to be on the floor with me, we're going to be on all fours, okay? So just bear that in mind. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, then stick in the chair. So, with floor people that are with me, I'll just quickly go through technique, but we'll talk through the movement because it's nice and simple. So, on all fours, which I can do, you're going to be making sure that your hips are in line with your knees, okay? So I'm not leaning here, but I'm not underneath, all right? That's my technique. Needs to be knees in line with hips, and the same thing, shoulders are in line with the wrist. Again, my arms aren't out here, but they're not underneath me, all right? So just think about your posture. So I'm going to give you a few minutes just to let you work out which position you want to be in. I'll probably see heads disappear in a minute when everyone's on the floor. So if you're on the floor, get down. If you're on the chair, sit on your chair. The first thing we're going to do, if you're on the floor with me, it's going to be harder to keep that core engaged. So you constantly need to be thinking about drawing your belly button into the spine. All right, you'll be working the core. So the first thing you're going to do, regardless if you're on the floor or on the chair, I want you to lift up one leg and then pop it down. Lift it up and pop it down. So you're changing legs. You lift up one and you pop it down. And you can get that leg as high or as low as you like. You're lifting it up and you'll drop it down. So changing between the two legs. Lift it up, pop it down. Up, pop it down. Now one more on each side for me. And you're going to change. Now, if you're on the floor, you're going to bring up one leg and you're going to imagine that your sole of your foot is going to be pushing against the ceiling. So I want a flexed ankle, 90 degrees. If you're on the chair, lift up that leg for me and I want you to pulse. So everyone pulse that leg up and down. If you're on the floor, that knee doesn't touch the floor, it's just a pulse. And you will feel this in your glute and in your thigh. If you're on the chair, hold that foot, don't pop it down. 3, 2, 1, change legs, other side. So again, bring that foot up, nice flexed foot, push it against that ceiling. If you're on the chair, just lift up that leg and we pulse. Don't drop that leg, keep it up, keep pulsing, engage that core, the glutes are going to be working, the thighs are going to be working, the core should be working, keep it pulsing, up and down, up and down. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Now if you're on the floor, just sit back onto those heels, rest off. If you need to roll up those wrists, it can hurt the wrists. The last one I want you to do, we're going to use opposites. So everybody, bring up a leg for me, and then you're going to bring up the opposite arm. So you're a bit like Superman. If you're on the floor, this is hard. Bring both down, change sides. Opposite leg, opposite arm. If you're on the chair, bring out that opposite arm and opposite leg. Change for me. Again, opposite arm, opposite leg. Work that core. Change again. opposite arm, oh, lost balance, opposite arm, opposite leg. Last time, change. Perfect. Now, bring the hands back and the legs back. You should be on all fours. If you're on the chair, you're sitting neutrally. If you're on the floor, keep the hands where they are and sit the hips back so you come down onto your heels. You can have a nice stretch in the back. If you're on the chair, drop the head and try and reach the hands down to the toes. All right, so have a nice stretch there. That's as low as I can go. Perfect. This is our little drinks break now, you'll be pleased to know. So if you're on the floor, slowly get up for me, don't rush. We've been on the floor for a bit of time now, so you might feel a little bit lightheaded, so take your time. If you're on the chair, you can stay there for a bit, but this is a chance just for you to get a quick drink. Don't gulp it, because it's not going to sit right in the tummy, but just have a few sips. And we've got round 2. Perfect. Have a quick drink. For those of you that were on the floor, I couldn't quite see who was on the floor. Was that all okay? Did that
Yes.
Ken, you were on the floor?
It's fine, Helen.
Yeah, who else is on the floor? I don't know who else did. Jackie, yeah. David, yeah. Everything was okay for that, yeah? Perfect. Ken, I think we did all of that anyway, I think, in our in-person class, didn't we?
We did.
Oh, I should have used you as this demonstration. I could have had a rest. I think, Ken, you might have to demo soon when I get too big.
You've got a bigger belly than you at the minute, Helen.
I'm trying to rope salmon, but he's not having any of it. He hides.
I'm sure you'll find a way.
Oh, it'll be fine. We'll be fine. Right, if everyone's ready, if you've all had a drink. So, we're going to do round 2. Exactly the same exercises that we just did. Some of them, though, will have a hold at the end. So, I don't think there's going to be many with a hold, actually, today, but especially the arm sequence, when you think it's finished, it hasn't, because we're going to hold out those arms and keep them up. All right, so it's just going to intensify that movement a little bit more in the muscles, and that's what's going to really strengthen them for you. All right, so because it's round 2, if you're new to this class, just take it easy. You might find that you just need a bit more of a break, which is absolutely fine. Like I said, come along more and you'll build up that stamina. All right, so just do what you need to do. You know your body better than me. So, because we're going to do a little drink, we're just going to march back on the spot for me, just to raise that heart rate a little bit, because we've sort of come down to a mini rest. So I want us to, so I'm looking at my trousers, I just want us to bring it back up a little, get that blood going. Ken, I'm not sure we're taking the dogs out after this, because it's really snowing here now.
No, it's really snowing here as well.
Yeah. And Noodle won't go out if it's raining, it's snowing. He just looks at you as if to say, "I'm not going. You can go, human, but I'm not going." Oh, heel pump. Oh. Sorry, Sam sign language at me, but it doesn't really make sense. Heel pump. Perfect. Okay, so remember the first thing we did was that lovely arm sequence. So bring those arms out for me. We are going to cross in front and open. So remember that technique, it's the same from last time. Flex those wrists to make it harder. We're not putting those arms all the way back because that's going to arch the back too much. Lovely, and change. So we're going to bring it in, out, up and down. In, out, up, down. In, out, up, down. Last one. One arm only in front, open, up, down, in front, open, up, down, in front, open, up, down. Last one, and change arms in front, open, up, down, in front, open, up, down, in front, open, up, down. Last one. Ready for that pulse. Pulse it, small pulses. So this time, I'm not going to make you change your height of your pulses because we're going to do a hold. Okay, so keep pulsing for now. And in 3, 2, 1, keep your arms still. This is going to hurt. Breathe through it. Concentrate on something. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down.
That was a
Roll those shoulders.
Hey.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Right, leg curls, back to these curls. So we're reaching that ankle up to the glute behind. If you're on that chair, remember to kick underneath if you can. If not, you can kick forward. So just reverse the kick for me. Oh, that did hurt actually. So we're going to bring in those bicep curls here. So pin in the elbows to your body and we're lifting up as the leg comes up. Perfect. We've got it. So again, add those weights if you need to make it harder. Now, last time I did a bit of a pause before we went into the opposites. We're not going to have a pause. I'm going to count you down and we're going to go straight into opposites. But if you need to have a break and to think about it, then do. All right. 3, 2, 1. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Very good. And just remember, I can't always see all of your bodies, so even if you were doing it wrong, I can't tell. So as long as you're moving your arms, you're all fine. All right, we're going to change back into the same arm, same leg. 3, 2, 1. Same arm, same leg. Same arm, same leg. Remember, have a pause if you need to. Lovely. And 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Just walk through the hips. If you've got any tension in the hips or in the calves. Kangaroo jumps. So, remember, you've got something next to you, you're stepping over it. That's your easy one. I forgot to say last time, sorry, if you're on the chair, sit on your chair and you just go from side to side. That was me pretending to sit on the chair. All right, and that's how you're going to do it. So, your easy version, you step over. Your medium version, you're going to have a little squat in that step over. Your hard version is we're jumping. All right? In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, 6. Oh, well done. From here, leg swing. So grab that chair. Purposely going quicker this time to get that heart rate going a little bit. But if you need to have a rest, do. So leg swings forward. Remember, we've got 4 different stages. Think about your technique. Lifting up in the body, engage the core. Your first one for me, point it forward, point it back. Keep the feet on the floor, all right? We're not lifting the leg up just yet, so I want you to really focus on your technique. Last one, raise that leg, point it forward, point it back, keeping the leg off the floor. Allow that torso to slightly tilt forward and back. That's your counterbalance. You need that. So don't be too focused on keeping that straight. You can tilt it forward and back if you need. The last stage, we're going to swing. So open up that hip. Really encourage that leg to swing forward and Work wonders for the hips. Release any tension. Last one, squeeze that knee into the chest. So use the hands to help. The higher the knee, the harder it's going to be. And then let go of the knee, get that leg back, bend the supporting leg. If you've got the hand on the chair, we're going to take it off. Off it comes, and balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop that leg down. Again, walk through the heels if you need to. Turn it round for me. Same thing, other leg. Point it forward and back. Forward, back. So keeping the foot on the floor. Again, if you're on the chair, try and get that chair that you can keep underneath. If not, just focus on the leg going forward and in. Perfect. Let's lift up that leg. So remember, bending that supporting knee, tilting the torso forward and back. It's going to make it easier. Squeeze that belly button to that spine. Keep nice and tall. There is so much to think about in this exercise. It looks easy, but it's not. Final one, swing it forward and back for me. Big swings. Release that hip, release the knee. When I say release, I mean let it soften, let it go, okay? Don't hold any tension. Perfect. Last one. Let's squeeze that knee up. So use the hand around the knee to help. Bring it up for a nice stretch and squeeze. Now, if you can, tilt forward, release that leg. Straighten it behind you. Bend the support of the knee. Tilt forward, it's going to help. Put the hand on the chair. Here's your challenge. Let go, and we hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the leg, release. Walking through those heels. Perfect. Right. Are you ready? 2 more, and then we've got our cool down. And you're pleased to know we're doing a sprint again. So remember, 20 seconds, 5-second break, 25 seconds. Easy. Just like that. So let's all start by marching for me. Sam, any time. Thanks. March for me. Get those legs working. Get that blood going through the body a bit quicker. And then up on those heels, nice heel pump. Relax the arms by the side, they will naturally swing with you. Don't overthink the arms. We're working on all of those legs first. Perfect. And then a light jog. Right, are we ready? 20 seconds, 5 seconds, 25 seconds. For my regulars, you're lucky because this week I was going to make them both 25 seconds, but I saw a few new people and I didn't want to scare people away too much. So you know what's coming next week. So are you ready? First 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1, sprint for me. 20 seconds sprint. It's easy, I promise. Keep it going. Focus on something. 10 seconds, we're halfway through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel pump. Keep that heart rate going. If you're not drilling in the last 25 seconds, you're going to stay doing this for me, please. If you are joining me, we've got 25 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Off you go. Come on. Okay. I think someone inside protesting and getting kicked. Keep it going. Keep going, keep going. 10 seconds. Come on, last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and heel pump. So I'm laughing because I'm just getting obliterated. The hardest thing is to concentrate on this class, do the exercise, and being kicked. Perfect. March it out. Just relax, baby. And we'll go into the last one. So that last one is we've got the floor option or the chair. So now you know what we're doing. If you were on the chair before and you think actually I might give it a go on the floor, please do, because it's not as scary as it is when you get down, okay? But I understand people's comfortables and people's sort of confidence in getting to the floor, so it's entirely up to you. But this might be a good one just to practice in your own time of being on the floor, because it's a safer option than if we were doing something on our back, okay? Because if you're on all fours, to get back up again, as long as you have a chair nearby, you can get that hand on, get that knee up, and you can push on both. You'll find you will get up easier off the floor. But it's just one to practice and just one to be aware of. And I want to say, since being sort of obviously the baby, sort of, you know, how I get up off the floor has obviously changed now. So it's quite interesting to sort of have that a bit more relatable to you guys, the Parkinson's and the confidence, and how we can adapt. So just a food for thought, okay? So remember your technique. If you're on the chair, nice and tall for me, engage that core, that tummy, like belly button into the spine. The same thing on the floor. Set yourselves up. Remember, if you're on the floor, I want those knees underneath the hips so you're in line, and the shoulders in line with the wrists. And the first thing we're all going to do is we're going to lift up that leg, and then we pop it down and change legs. So with this one, I want you to go at your own pace, lifting up that leg and popping it down. What I don't want you to do though is don't hold your breath and lift up that leg. Okay, if it's easier, you're going to breathe in as you lift up the leg, breathe out as the knee goes down. Okay, that's easier for you to picture. Really squeeze in that belly button. Think about your posture, think about your technique. Do one more for me. And then we're changing into that pulse. So the leg comes up at 90 degrees. The foot is flat, so it's nice and flexed. The sole of your foot is towards the ceiling, and you pulse. Small pulses, up and down. If you're on a chair, you're lifting up that leg so the foot's off the floor, and small pulses, you do not put the foot down, okay? Now, if you're on the floor, the harder if you can keep that knee up higher, so it stays at your hip height, the harder it is. To bring it easier, you lower that knee to a lower pulse. Harder, high pulse. Change legs for me. Again, right angle, that foot, side of the foot up to the ceiling. They call these donkey kicks, if you want to know what they're called. Not really sure why they're called a donkey kick, but that's what they're called. Perfect. Knee down for me now. Just come back to sit on the heels for me if you're on the floor. Just roll off those wrists because it can be hard. Now, with this one, in the first repetition, we change between our opposites. This time we're going to hold, okay? So we're going to do leg with the opposite arm. We're going to hold for 10 seconds, pop it down, and then we're going to switch and hold for 10 seconds. And that goes for everybody, on the floor and in the chair. So, leg goes back for me, opposite arm up, hold, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, change side. This is the last one, and we're going to cool down. Leg up, opposite arm, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. If you're on the floor, hands where they are, push those hips back, so you sit on those heels, have a nice stretch off in the back, If you're on that chair, drop the head, hands down, so you're going to touch those toes for me. Really move through that spine. And then we're going to go straight into a cool down. So if you're on the floor, put that mat somewhere safe, and we're going to go into a cool down standing up first. Then we're going to go onto the chair. If you need to have a drink or a rest, then do, and join in with the cool down when you are ready. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating today. Right, so let's start the cool down. But like I said, take your time. There is no rush. So the first thing I want you to do, you can see my legs, which is good, is one leg back for me, the heels down on the floor, the front leg is bent, the back leg is straight. Nice stretch in the leg here. Now, if you can, I want you to interlock the fingers and push them away. So we're stretching the leg, we're stretching out these arms, and then drop the head down to the chin. So at any point if it gets too complicated, take out the arms and just focus on the legs. Release the hands, changing legs for me. So again, keep that back leg nice and straight. The front leg is bent. The heel is on the floor. Now this time, hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Perfect. And we're changing legs again. Release the hands. Now this time, the heel goes down, so the toes are pointing to the ceiling. You push back in your hips, and your hands go onto the bent leg, not over the knee, at the top of the thigh for me. So you get a nice stretch down that straight leg. If you want to increase this stretch, you're going to put a hand onto the toe and really push back in those hips. Just check your balance before you do that. And then coming up, changing legs again. Same thing, heel down, push back in the hips, hands onto the top of the thigh for me. Again, if you want that added stretch, you bring that hand down, holding onto the toe, but check your balance first. Awesome. And nice and slow. Now, just hold on to the chair for me. I'm going to do it to the side. I want you to try, grab that foot, and you're going to stretch it out. So if you've got baggy trousers on and you can't quite get the foot, and I haven't got baggy trousers, but you can hold onto your trousers and pull that in. My trousers aren't the best for that one, but you should feel the stretch in the front of your arm. I need to hold on. Lovely. Release the leg down, change legs for me, try and get it up, or grab your trousers. Perfect. And then let's come onto the chair. Whew, need it today. So, we're going to do, let me just move my screen actually, because you can't see. We're going to do our arms first. So, one arm across the body and pull it in, Western move. Perfect. Remember, we're holding onto that forearm, we're avoiding those joints, and then change arms. So again, across the body, pull it in. We're not holding the wrist, we're not holding the elbow, we're holding that forearm. So I've got a right pregnancy sit going on. Sorry, guys. Lovely. And then we're going to reverse that stretch. So we're going to have one up onto the shoulder for me. The other hand, you're going to get onto that elbow and you're going to pull it back. All right, so again, you might only be here because of flexibility. As long as you can feel that stretch going down, you're working. And again, stretching all comes from practice. Lovely. Change arms. So again, up onto that shoulder, other one onto the elbow. We're going to pull that back. So the more you can stretch, the more flexible you'll become. Lovely. And then let's finish, bring those arms down, we're going to finish on the head for me. So we're going to look to one side for me. You're going to bring that head through centre and you're going to look the other side. And again, change. And then last time, change again to the other side. Now the next time we're going to come to centre and I want you to look up to that ceiling. And then you're going to change and you're going to look all the way down, chin to chest. And again, up through centre, looking up to the ceiling. And drop, down you go. And then finish off, we're going to do 2 big circles with the head. So put that head all the way around if you can. Nice and slow. Don't get dizzy. Once you've done 2 going one way, I want you to change and you're going to do 2 going the other way. Again, take it slow, take your time. There is no rush. And then once you've done those 2, you're going to bring your head to centre and you can all relax because that's Thursday done. So, just before we finish, a reminder of next week. So, we've got Monday's class at 2 o'clock, and that is, I think, Pilates. I might change my mind. I think it's Pilates. So, Pilates is very much a mixture of this class, yoga, and a little bit of the ballet techniques. So it's a really nice overall class to build upon strength, your core, your stamina, balance, everything. It's just not as fast paced and not as intense as this class. Okay, so you've got that on Monday at 2 o'clock, and then we've got this again next Thursday at 2 o'clock. I'm just gonna check. I don't believe myself nowadays anymore. Yes, we have. Right, so just remember, you've just done hours of work, all right? It was quite intense today. It was a good one today. So plenty of water for me. I sometimes say liquids, but, you know, some of you take that as beer and alcohol. I mean water. So plenty of water. You all shouldn't be drinking. I can't drink anymore. So you should all be with me until May, okay? So plenty of water. Just try and relax now for the next hour or 2 because, you know, you've just done quite an intense class, all right? So don't go up and housework and do all of that. Just have a bit of a chill time. So have a lovely weekend. Stay safe and all of that jazz. And if I see you on Monday, I will see you on Monday. If not, have a lovely week and I will see you on Thursday.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. See you all later.
Bye.
Lovely. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.